Ready or not, here we
Here I
come.
You can't hide. We're gonna find you and make you want me.
I didn't know the rest of that. I was all messed up on that.
Yep.
Cheers,
Yep.
everybody. Welcome back to Independent Joe. Right now, in studio, I have the Whiskey Fancies, Chris and Kara in the studio today. And what we were going to review, and this is kind of one of those not so sober reviews, I think. So our palate, we have been drinking these, but I've heard a lot of good things. I don't know if you have, but a lot of good things about this whiskey right here, that it'll cut through anything. And guess what? We're going to put it to the test, because tonight we've had maybe like one drink or two? 10?
I don't know.
I lost count.
One hand.
I'm the only sober
hand.
one out of all of us, so
One
I don't
hand.
know.
She's sober, and so she's going to get at least one of the notes correct.
Yeah, maybe.
But this right here is the 2022 version of the Woodford Reserve Batch Proof. I would put it in front of the camera. Normally I'm sitting somewhere else and I would be able to stretch it out, but I don't want to do that. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Kara's
there you
doing it. Oh, wow. I think we have to hide our faces or something. Ah, the sun.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
I think they get enough.
So it's something, it probably looks blurry, but that's fine. That's the whole point of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to taste this and see if the flavors come through, cutting through everything that we've tasted, and try to give you something of a what we think about it, first thoughts type thing. And we've heard so many good things, so we're going to go ahead and do that. First, we're going to smell it and give you a couple of
This
notes.
is specs on the whiskey.
Oh, specs. You know, that's a good idea. See, that's why they are the Fancies, the Whiskey Fancies. You know, she pointed at the screen because we have it on the screen. I'm not supposed to tell you that, but
It's magic.
it's magic. The magic of movie. So it's at 118.4 proof, which is your ABV of 59.2. It is Kentucky straight bourbon from Woodford Reserve. Now, I know there was a reason why that it's kind of like proof down, right? From other batches.
So apparently this batch is a lot less proofier than the last batch. The last batch, this current batch, don't really know much about the last one, but this one was taken from the lower floors, and apparently there was less angel share, so the proof on exit was lower than last year's. So
what she said.
So that is why this proof is so much lower, apparently.
Yeah.
But still, coming in at a respectable 118, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, some of the best bourbons released this year
118.
at a 118. Some of those we tasted tonight. We won't go into those details, but
No.
we've had a few of those.
Hey, what do you smell? I smell whiskey.
I definitely smell whiskey.
It smells like bourbon to me.
Bourbon? I don't know. I get a hint of that.
Whiskey with
but I'm
no
more
E.
On the whiskey side?
on the whiskey side.
Yep.
But like 51% whiskey, the 49%
49%
bourbon.
bourbon.
So I see how you can kind of flip-flop that.
I'm getting a lot of like brown sugar oakiness.
Oh wow, yeah, that's definitely
That's
there.
delicious.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of heat though. It smells.
You can smell the
That
lot hotter than
alcohol is
118.
very present. Surprisingly, because a lot of people are saying this is kind of a smooth pour.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of alcohol on the nose.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying there aren't other flavors there, other things present, like the brown sugar that you're getting. And, you know, it is from Brown Foreman, so of course you're
Yeah.
going to get some brown sugar. And it is really nice. You get any fruits on this?
There's a tinge of something, but I don't know what that is.
I'm getting okay. You know when you buy like oh, are you okay?
Oh, I just burned my nose a little. I'm good.
Okay, your nostrils look so good. You burn them off. Okay, so you know like when you get like wood chips for like smoking stuff?
Yeah.
It almost has like a little scent of just those raw wood chips, but almost
Yeah.
like not a hickory, but something on it.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like I'm not sure what flavor is that?
Huh.
No. It's not just regular wood. It's,
It's
something.
fruity, but I wouldn't say like cherry or anything like
No,
that.
I'm
It's
not
no.
getting any of that.
It's
like-
some of those typical like bourbon flavors that you're looking for when
Is
you're
that-
talking about like fruits. There's
No.
not your
Coats like-
typical fruits there.
Coats the glass nicely though.
Yeah, it does. Let me try to show that. Let me see here. There it goes. It's focused. Cool. It's nice little color there. Very nice in the bottle as far as color wise. This is my first batch proof Woodford. I normally tend to go for the Baccarat type bottle for Woodford. Just kidding, by the way. I definitely don't go specifically for that. But I thought it'd be cool to say, and I couldn't keep a straight face saying it. So, but these little bottles right here, I mean, they're still up there in price, but you're getting a little bit more, I think, in value because of the proof points, because of the flavors that you're getting. Vice something that's overly expensive from the same distillery.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's almost like, I don't know if that's a grape jelly or a.
No, I'm not getting that.
You're not getting it? There's a fruit on the back. Do you guys see that?
Nope.
I don't know. There's just something really nice on the right at the end.
Yeah, I'm getting that on the back, little back.
Yeah.
It's one of those undescribables.
Yeah. Like a sweet fruit, but not, you can't discern what it is.
I'll call it a dragon fruit
Ooh, I like that.
because I can't tell what flavor that is on the dragon fruit.
Right?
Can anybody?
No. Exotic.
Put in the comments if you could let us know what that flavor profile of dragon fruit is. All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and taste this thing and let you know what we think. Cheers. Thank you for hanging out and doing this review. Love you guys out there. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and all that other junk. So, appreciate you.
Okay. Those wood chip kind of thing, like a hickory thing, almost got it on the palate.
Really?
There's something.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Something. I get that. Something. There is something there.
Right?
Yeah, it's actually a little more I don't remember what previous batch release we had. I think it might have been 2 years ago. It was more darker, heavy molasses and burnt caramels. This is a little bit fruitier, a little bit lighter, but I still get this interesting woodiness on the end.
Yeah. I can't help because I've had a lot of different whiskeys tonight. So, but I can't help but feel like this is a little more alcohol forward than some of the 118 proofs that we had earlier.
Yeah. Not just on the nose, but on the palate too.
Yeah, that astringency, like it really hits your tongue and lights it up real quick, and you don't expect that for a 118. I bet you this would help with some airtime.
Yeah, I think it's going to need that.
It's
I
drying,
do get
too.
it is a little drying, and are you getting like a floral type flavor on that, or am I crazy? I am crazy, but
Is it on the mid palate to the
yeah,
finish?
yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was an exotic wood at first, but maybe
I'm not
it is
sure
floral.
what that is. No, it's not like as sweet as it is on the nose.
Yeah, on the nose, I
It's
think it is a
more
little
of
more
like
sweeter.
a burnt sweetness instead of like a savory kind of like ooey gooey deliciousness.
Man, this one's tough to describe. I mean, I've heard of other people talking about this, and they were saying it's one of the top whiskeys of the year for them. I can see where they can come to that conclusion because it's not a bad whiskey.
No, I like it.
I mean, Brown Foreman.
Yeah, exactly.
How can you go wrong?
I like brown
I think what that note that we're getting is that alligator char.
Okay.
Keep going back to it because that
It
sapphire
almost tries to do a weird toasted thing.
almost has a slight, if it wasn't toned down with alligator char to it.
And by alligator char, that's a char for people's.
Not a crocodile.
Not a crocodile.
It's an alligator. Different
Not
species.
a crocodile. Crikey.
That's correct. Different. I was expecting more grapefruit, not grapefruit, but grapiness on the back, and because it's not I'm not tasting that. It's like I'm a little confused because the nose doesn't really match up that much to the palate.
There's like
kinda
day and
moves-
night almost.
Like it starts off as a Woodford product, but there's something different in that mid palate that makes me confused.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm just getting like a hickory smoked wood chip.
I wouldn't say
I
hickory.
don't know why.
But
See, I'm thinking of hickory because when
I
you get
get the-
bacon,
I
it's
get
like
the-
hickory
I get
smoke,
the oak.
that-
I get the oak.
It's a dry oaky.
Very dry oaky. I mean, it is a cast strength. So the alcohol and pushing forward on some of these flavors, it's kind of hard to separate the two sometimes when tasting it.
Yeah, I think it's more of a toasted oak rather than. But I understand what you're saying. It's like it's
Yes,
so prominent.
it's so prominent to me.
You're perceiving it as like wood chippy, and I get that because it feels like there's so much
Yeah.
of it. So
Yep.
I get that, but I think it's more of like this weird. Sometimes for me, toasted barrels I don't get that beautiful marshmallow that other people do.
Uh-huh.
I get this weird dry toasted note. It's a specific note, and I'm getting a little bit of that on the finish. So maybe that's what we're picking up. That char fours make it perceiving in my palate more toasted.
Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. I also see the wood chippiness pertaining to the barrel and the char and all that. So
Yeah.
it's
not
good.
bad.
It's not. Yeah, it's not
It's
bad.
just-
I like it.
It just was
but
surprising.
It's not fruity.
Yeah.
At first.
Okay, so it's not for you.
It's not. No. I said I like it. It's just
Oh.
not fruity.
It's not.
Oh, not
Because
fruity. Okay.
you would. I would assume it would be just by everything. Oh, see, look. There's the grape.
Yeah. There's a little grape jam
Yeah.
on the back,
That's
but
what
it's
you
not
do.
on the palate.
If you don't smell out of yours, smell another glass.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's surprisingly hot. But I think it's interesting.
It's
I think,
definitely not a purple grape. I think it's like a little lighter, like a greenish.
It's like a
green
Laffy
grape.
Taffy.
Yeah. Yeah. Laffy
Because
Taffy.
almost,
okay.
A
almost
Laffy
not
Taffy.
mineral, but a slight, like something different that you would get in an artificial grape.
Yeah, almost like that's why I keep on saying grape jam or candied.
But it,
Okay.
it
Slightly
had to
different.
just open up so much
Yeah.
to get that.
I think this would be even. I like this,
Yeah.
but I think it'll be even better on the second and third sip. Perhaps when our palates are a little bit more fresh,
Yeah.
and
Like mine.
that like yours.
Yeah,
but
like
it has,
yours, yeah.
but it has a little chance to breathe a little bit of the sharpness. I think
Yeah.
will calm down a bit.
Yeah,
because
I think it is what you're saying is it is really sharp on the alcohol push on
Yeah.
the palate. So there you have it, folks. So would you say you fancy this whiskey or
I fancy it.
now for the MSRP, which right about now you're probably
Okay.
not going to find it at MSRP at
Yeah.
130 plus.
Yeah.
Do you fancy it in that price range?
I fancy it, but I probably wouldn't buy it.
No.
But I
it's a
fancy it.
tricky. So whiskey
Yeah.
keeps on getting more and more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
Before, when I was uncomfortable with 130, I think the uncomfortableness hits 150, 160 now. So depending on the mood you catch me in, I might purchase it.
Okay.
But I would have to try it one more time before I get my final
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know?
And once it settles in,
Oh, I
and
think
once,
it's going to be excellent.
yeah, I think this is a good one. I think that once it settles down a little bit, some of those other flavors will pull through a little bit. I think that, and I think a lot
Yes.
that some of these alcohols, the sharpness of it is leaning forward on
Yeah.
it. So it's kind of hard to pull through
True.
some of the other flavors from it. You know, it's a little grapey, or if it's a little
Yep.
wood, it's a
Right.
little.
Yeah.
But it's. I think once it settles down, I think maybe it'll be pretty good.
Right, because that sharpness, like you're saying, is kind of preventing some of those flavors from
Yeah.
shining through a teensy
Yeah.
bit because your palate is being like stung on a teeny bit
Yeah.
at first. So,
Yeah, definitely.
but I don't know about you, but I fancy this whiskey.
Hey, I fancy this whiskey too.
I fancy it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Make sure that you look in the description. Inside the description will be the Whiskey Fancies. What do you call that thing? The link.
The link?
That gets you to their channel. Make sure you like, subscribe their channel also. And hope everybody out there
That's a good pour.
finds a good pour. And how do you usually finish your when you're
Cheers.
I just say
cheers.
bullshit. She
You
cuts
say
it out.
bullshit, cut it out, and then on here,
Yep.
I don't edit, so we're gonna go ahead and leave that bullshit in. But love you guys, thank you guys. Make sure you comment if you've tasted this before. Please let us know what you think of it. Let us know if some of those flavors that we're getting. I mean, it wasn't really. I mean, we didn't really pull too much. Is that fair?
No.
We didn't
No,
pull
we
too
didn't.
much from it.
Yep.
But let us know some of the different flavors and stuff that you got from it, and hopefully that maybe on the second time around we'll be able to catch those stuff. But thank you, appreciate you. Have a good morning, afternoon, good night, whatever time you're watching this. Love you guys. Have a great day. Cheers. We're all out of sync, but hey,
It's okay.
cheers, everybody.